Hey there, friends. Any of you that are watching right now, I'm just logging into here. Um, there's an active shooter at Joint Base Andrews, and I am trying to find some information on it. There's none right now, other than a person has been spotted. Here we go, right here. I'm at the APY right now. Joint Base Andrews lockdown. Well, let me give you the screen also. I'm sorry. Let me give you that screen. Share that with you guys. Let you see what I'm looking at here. And let me go. Let's see what we know so far. And hopefully I can put this to where you guys can read it as well. Is that too big? No, that's good right there. So this is literally all we know right now. There's not a ton that of information out. Obviously, this is a military base. I think that may have a little bit to do with it. I was heard that, yeah, here we go. First paragraph says it. Joint Base Andrews, one of the nation's most sensitive military bases and home to Air Force One, has been locked down after reports of a man carrying an assault style rifle on Thursday. I have been told it is an AR 15, definitely an AR 15, could be an M4, being on a military base. Military base was locked down after the person was reportedly seen near the base's housing area, according to the base's Facebook page. And I guess that tells me that I should be looking at the base's Facebook page. Let me go pull that up real quick. And maybe there's some additional information on there. Facebook, log in. Meanwhile, I'll keep this up. See, no shots have been fired. No immediate report of injuries. So a guy walking with a gun. This is the sad thing, though. Anybody should be able to walk with a gun. If no shots are fired, did anybody really do anything wrong other than the fact that they are on an Air Force base and, a military base? And since the Clinton administration, every air base has been pretty much neutered to where you can't have firearms on it. Bill Clinton made sure of that. They say last month an intruder breached the base and gained access to parts of the base housing complex. A resident opened fire on the trespasser. And in February 21, a man got through military checkpoint installation and through additional fence secure area to gain access to the flight line and climb into a C-40, which is military 737 equivalent. So not a lot of information there. But let me pull that Facebook page and go to, what did they say? It was only joint. Let's see here. The Joint Andrews. Where we at? I mean, where is the search bar on stupid Facebook's? Here we go. It's the first one that pops up. All it shows is a lockdown screen. Let me pull that up so you guys can see that. Stand by while I pull that up. We'll take a look at their Facebook screen real quick. Facebook page, I'm sorry. So is that, yeah, that's as big as I can blow that up. So 2 hours ago, and I just heard about this about 20 minutes ago, update at 2:50 p.m. That's their time. So that was about 15 minutes ago. Lockdown updated to clarify. Was it? No. That was a little bit longer. Updated to clarify there is no active shooter as there have been no shots fired on base. An armed individual has been reported near base housing. Stay away from base housing. Initiate lockdown procedures. Individual is a white male wearing a purple sweatshirt, black shorts, carrying a AR-15 style rifle with no orange tip. The orange tip, for those of you that don't know, means it's a fake gun or an air rifle or an air gun. Lockdown. An armed individual has been reported Let's see what the comments say, because those usually can get a little bit saucy. Don't click on any of the links in the comments. They have been reported and are spam. Okay. One Queen put ban assault weapons now. The NRA is a terrorist organization. Always cracks me up that these anti-gun wackos still think the NRA is the lead organization out there at the tip of the spear, leading the fight for the Second Amendment. They're so stupid. They're completely chasing the wrong gun lobby group. Let them do it. I don't care. That's fine. Let them take their hate out on the NRA. The other ones are doing all the real work. Trey Smith said this is a weekly thing at Andrews at this point. Don't miss living there. This person asked any description of the individual, which they just described above here. I'm not clicking that. Just put someone in cuffs on Fox 5, they said. So let's go find Fox 5. Fox 5. Washington, D.C. Obviously, we're in that D.C. area. Let me see what they say. Let me swap my screen over so you guys can see that screen. Fox 5 in DC, and here you go. So this is what I'm going to be looking at. I don't see a live on this, but let's just go see, since they are the ones who supposedly have it. Okay, here we go. This must be some video of it. Let's see if this video will work.
We're anesthesiologists, surgeons, emergency medicine physicians, pain management specialists. We're the largest provider of doctors into first-tier U.S. residencies. St. George's University School of Medicine.
All right, here we go. Let me go skip the ad. Okay, here we go. So it's just video, apparently, from a chopper, it appears. I mean, I suppose that's just a distant shot of them after they've contained him. The vehicles are all kind of in that pull-up mode. Of course, is that a golf course? Look at it. Course. I mean, it's a base, so I guess there's a bunch of golf carts. There's an awful lot of people out there. Of course, this is military. Okay, I see. Mike says, no, he's by the pond. It was not the suspect. So the guy's behind the tree to the right. There he is. He's kind of walking out. Whoever they're talking to is that person. He's probably scared to death right now because I'm sure they have guns drawn on him. I really can't see. The guys closest to us by the pond don't appear to have any weapons drawn, but the guys standing with their doors open at the vehicles are very possibly have their rifles trained on this guy. I mean, that would be my reason for staying back. Oh, he's walking backwards. Yeah. So apparently they think this is the guy. One of you all, I think it was Mike, mentioned already that is not him. So this guy is probably filling his pants right now, wondering why he's walking backwards with guns on him. Let's finish watching this video right here. In fact, I'll dig elsewhere while you guys are watching this. See if I can find something else. Let me get to that, back to that DC 5. DC 5. DC 5, here we go. Oh, I'm sorry, Fox 5 DC. My bad. There's no additional. Take on 1 man kidnapping suspect. Nope. So there's no other update. So I mean, I don't see anybody else who may be picked up yet. This is all that I see. I'm still digging on other channels, guys. I'm just trying to see if I can find something else relevant because there's no updates anywhere, as you would probably expect. Again, like I stated earlier, with a military base like this, we probably are not going to get the full story. Yeah, man, there's, if 58 minutes ago, 1 hour ago, I'm just trying to find the most relevant and most up to date. 2 minutes ago, here we go. CBS News. Not that that's going to be a reliable source. Joint Base Andrews on lockdown amid reports of an armed intruder. Is our video still going on? Yeah. Let's see. What do they say about this one? Is where the president's loads and disembarks from Air Force One. I mean, it could be Biden wandering around with his shotgun. Not sure where he's at, looking for a place to empty his diaper. There is not an active shooter, as no shots have been fired. Okay, we know that. Yeah, I mean, nothing. This is a copy and paste media that we've got because nobody has any new news. Everything is just regurgitated from them. So far, all I know is an unauthorized person with a rifle. Because apparently nobody except military police and anybody on the range is authorized with a firearm on military property. Okay, so I guess that was it. So no new news. Here are the maybe we have some shots of the guy walking. Now I guess this.
Have you ever noticed how many Navarre Chevrolets are on the roads of Southwest Louisiana? Have you ever wondered why? Well, it could be because Chevrolet is J.D. Power's most...
Stop. Not selling cars for you. So, yeah, this looks like just aerial shots or maybe tower shots of where the person may have been. Looks like they may be questioning some people. I mean, yeah. But it's weird because if there is no person reported, I mean, I'm looking at you guys too. Seeing if any of you have any information. Sorry about that because I wasn't looking in the comment section. I'm looking now. If any of you guys, excuse me, have a what YouTube channel is this so I can unfollow? It's Legally Armed America. And please, if you're not liking the content, you can get the fuck out of here. I mean, nobody asked you to be here, Tony. So beat it, biatch. So if anybody has a link or something like that that has more relevant, new, fresher news on this particular instance, please post it in the comment section. I would appreciate that, and we'll pull that up and see if we can't find something. Just trying to get something on there. I mean, I see the question in here. Is this a training exercise or something real? It seems like it's real. I mean, they're posting it all over the headlines. Surely they would have told the media if it were a training exercise and not to panic and not to post it, you know, with headlines as breaking news. Thanks, Xavier Wallace says, thanks for the videos. Cheers. Stephen Richard says, or Richard, not sure. Down here we call that last name Richard, and maybe it's Richard. Just got onto your live feed after I was at the gun range with my wife. Is this another transmission person having a malfunction? Not that I know of, but I don't know yet. It could be, who knows? At this point, I mean, nothing surprises me anymore. Maybe this is another one of the gender pretenders who lost track of the date and they think today is April Fool's. So now is their day of vengeance, like I posted in my last video. So, I mean, they're already mentally unstable. So it's a very good possibility, a very strong possibility that they're just wrong. But it just bumped me out. Somebody apparently does not like my feed right now because I'm getting is this a YouTube sponsored shooting event? Because it's kind of weird that I just got kicked. My camera just popped off and I was able to grab it and bring it right back in. Bobby says 2 Black Hawk helicopters collide over where? Oh crap, where'd it go? Over a field in Kentucky, 9 service members killed. What? Let me find that. Where is that at? Where's that? Bobby just posted this. Sorry. Let me get this out of here. I was not aware of this, Bobby. That's terrible, man. That's absolutely terrible. And Xavier, thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Thanks for supporting the channel. I'll always appreciate you guys helping us out here. Let me find some other stuff. I know you guys don't want to look at my big, fat, ugly head, so I'm going to try to find another something that we can go look at. Let me see if I can't find something else. Joint Base Andrews under lockdown. Let me refresh this and see if they have anything new here. Does not appear that they do. I really don't want to. Let me refresh their Facebook page and see if maybe they've posted something new there. No. There's a 7 News DC that just posted the same video that we just looked at. It says Joint Base Andrews is on lockdown. Report an armed person near base housing. Now officials are searching for the individual. Yeah, it's the same video we just saw. So nothing new there. There's nothing really to see here. But I'm going to show you some video that they posted earlier on their Facebook page. All right, let me back this up. This is footage that they're showing from, it looks like a tower, maybe I mean, it's probably a air traffic control tower. There's the base right there. So it's possible that's where it is, or just a tower like a light tower, a radio tower, or cell phone tower, something like that. Obviously, they're going to have the best of the best as far as any kind of surveillance there. So anyway, I'm just putting this on here now so that you guys can see what they've been showing, where they're canvassing the area. This is pre-recorded video from a few minutes ago. This is not live, but again, it was pre-recorded not long ago. So I'm showing you what they were showing out there. And again, in the meantime, I'm going to see if I can't find anything. Again, no reports are, there's no shots fired anywhere on this. So it would appear to me that, I mean, you guys know, if you have an individual out there who's looking to shoot something up or kill people, unless it's a specific person that they're looking for, more than likely, this is not one of those situations that you have a quote mass shooter. It sounds like somebody that just has an issue. Let me see here, guys. I'm searching on my phone too, just seeing if I can find it, something else. Again, if you all find anything, I'm happy to grab the link from you. In fact, I'll pull the comment section back up. Good point there. Was a shooter using a brace. Well, who knows? You know, it's a government base. They're going to say that they, whether we want them to or not, they'll equip the guy with a freaking brace. You know what I mean? All right, let's see. Man, there is nothing. Well, they are really suppressing this. Of course, I guess they did the same thing a couple days ago with the gender pretender in Nashville. Let's see. Again, the video you're looking at, excuse me, now, the footage, it was recorded probably a very short time ago, 10, 15, 20 minutes ago. And it is pre-recorded, but very new, recent. But it's not showing anything other than, okay, here's where they ended up finding some body. Now, remember, the base was on lockdown. So apparently everybody was supposed to be inside. And evidently this person right here that they're about to encounter, that's further over by the pond to the far right, was out and not on lockdown, not, I guess, complying with the lockdown. I think so. They just generally assume that that person was the, quote, active person carrying the gun. So this is probably an oh crap moment from that person. So again, this is where they encounter that person. Let's see. Mike just posted, lockdown was lifted. Here we go. A lockdown was lifted at Joint Base Andrews in Prince George's County after reports of an armed individual on base Thursday. Okay. I didn't know this either. Angry Fat Boy says, this is a feed from a civilian news helicopter that is at the base that the president's land at and is able to get this kind of pictures. You people think this is real. All right, well. Let's see. So so again, according to Mike, the lockdown is pulled. It's not on lockdown anymore. Yeah, nobody got hurt. So if it's lifted, nobody else is reporting it. I do believe you, Mike. But the news is, as usual, extremely slow. Yeah, news everywhere is super slow. Even their Facebook page is not showing, their own Facebook page is not even showing that the lockdown has been lifted yet. At least not that I can see. Let me pull the news on that real quick again. If you go to Joint Base Andrews website, they have a big red banner at the top that they haven't taken down yet. If you see any people out moving, call 911, and that will connect you with base law enforcement, security forces, foot and mobile patrols are out looking for the suspect. That's on there. Here, I can show you guys real quick. They have not pulled this down yet. So I guess this is what you're going to typically see from them. As you can see, it's from their website. And yeah, that's the warning that they have out there. I guess that's why they approached that person at the pond who was a nobody. Wasn't the active person they were looking for. I shouldn't say he was a nobody. But yeah, that was the person that they were looking for. So, or not looking for. So I guess somebody spotted them. I assume based on this that if there's a lockdown, you by orders have to be put up. You can't like still hang out or whatever. And that's probably why they were just assuming this guy was the bad guy. So that looks like it meaning nothing. Yeah, it looks like there is nothing else. So yeah, this is actually the rest of the video of the person that we saw earlier walking backwards, and he got picked up. He's right behind the tree, backing his way towards the vehicles. Again, we saw this here earlier, but this was a person who was not the person that we're looking for. I don't know. Yeah, Minnie asked if my son is doing okay. Yes, Minnie, thank you for asking. He's doing a lot better today. Yesterday was kind of a rough day for him. Excuse me. The day before yesterday was kind of a rough day for him. Yesterday was pretty good. So, yeah, he's out of surgery, back home, and I don't see him out in the yard, but he usually would be out in the yard right now. So thank you for asking. I appreciate that. Hey, Night Strike, what's up, man? Good to see you again. So, yeah, I guess I will I'm looking for one more news. I just want to know what it was. I mean, well, thank you, Minnie. Again, I appreciate that. I appreciate everybody who sent kind words to us. You2 Made by America, all of you guys. I got a lot of private messages, emails, things like that, of people sending well wishes for my son, and I greatly appreciate that. You don't, and those of you that have kids, you do understand why it means a lot to you, because it absolutely does. My son has special needs, by the way, and it was pretty much a regular routine visit, dental related visit. In other words, they were going to do a thorough cleaning on his teeth and seal like molars and stuff like that. But my son can't have a routine dental procedure. You can't get in his mouth while he's conscious. So they have to knock him out in a hospital to do those things. It's not like he's violent or anything. He just won't let you get in his mouth. He doesn't understand. You can't explain to him what you're doing. So that's why it's a completely different type of situation. If you haven't dealt with a nonverbal child like that. So hot dog. Let me get that right. Says, hi, Paul, always here for your stream. I appreciate that, man. A lot of you guys are always here for my stream. Michael Taylor, I don't think Michael knows what the headlines read, because I literally copied and pasted from the headlines. So you need to report DC 7 and DC 5 in Washington, DC, and tell them to quit posting that clickbait so I'll stop copying and pasting, because I hate that you're mad at me for that. God dang it. I need to get my shit together. Dude, I love the internet. Internet is so awesome because people are such badasses on the internet. It's just good stuff. Oh, man. So, yeah, I am refreshing every single page I have, and it looks like no one is updating anything on the what appears to be the active shooter that is over with by now. And of course, no one ever shot. No one ever had fired any shots. But it was an unauthorized person carrying an AR-15, allegedly. Now, no one has said anything on any of these news outlets that I'm pulling right now about a person being, captured, locked up, whatever. The person that we saw in the video that I'm showing you guys right now, that is not the person that had the AR-15. They've already confirmed that. So we're just looking at a previous recording of the wrong person. Well, who was the person carrying the AR-15, I guess, is my question. I mean, you see all that wooded area and all that. Now, they have the best of the best as far as any kind of night vision or nods or anything like, well, not night vision, but infrared. So let's see. Yeah, man. It looks like we've also got, that's I haven't pulled that down yet. Joint Base Andrews website is still doing the same thing. So how's our warning up there? I think the trolls in here today, and guys, you have to understand, I don't mind them, because if you follow my channel, you know I like to mess with the trolls. I think I'm attracting a lot of the trolls because I think I've angered the gender pretender community by speaking the truth about how they're all wackos. So it's weird that a lot of them are finding into my live stream, into all my videos, which I love because it boosts the algorithms. I'll take all the gender pretenders that want to come over here and spew hate and whatever else, bring it on. And I have to assume that everybody in here that might be trolling is more than likely a boy that thinks he's a girl, or a girl who thinks they're a boy, because the gender pretenders are out in full force. And of course, remember, their Saturday is their day of vengeance. Woo! Day of vengeance in Washington, D.C. at the Supreme Court. Eee. It's so intimidating. Have somebody with pink hair wearing their panties over their blue jean denim shorts, saying that they're going to shoot somebody if they don't recognize my gender. Yeah. If you're a boy, you're a boy, and I'm going to call it like that. So you can continue to troll all you want. Trolls don't realize that they boost the algorithm. People say don't feed the trolls. I will feed the crap out of a troll, because trolls are too stupid to realize that you're using them. So I don't ban trolls. I don't ban people from my page. In fact, somebody just mentioned the pin of shame. I will pin your comment so everybody can read it. So if you want to say something dirty, nasty, and stupid, you can bring it into my videos. And if I like it enough and I have a saucy enough response, it's going to get pinned as the pin of shame. Absolutely love them. Love the pin of shame. Love, 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 love the pin of shame. In fact, the pin of shame right now, it might even be a record right now, because the pin of shame is pulling in. Let's see where we're at on the pin of shame right now. The most recent one. It's my gender pretender video that I have out there. Mentally defective celebrate Nashville tragedy with threats of violence. That's the video. So the pin of shame right now has 435 replies on the pin of shame right now, which is friggin' awesome. Let's see if I can show you guys. 435 replies on the pin of shame. So this is a good one. This is a good one. This might be one of the most fiery pin of shames that I've had in a very long time. For those of you that are on the live stream and you can't just go yank the pin of shame, we had apparently a misgendered person, or a different gendered person, that came on to my video speaking a lot of truth that I was dishing out in bite-sized pieces, as well as a la carte pieces, about how the improperly self-gendered people are all nutbags in mental cases, that they have something wrong with them because they think they're something that they're not. And this person commented, "Wow, you're hateful and transphobic. Unsubscribe." We all know this is a person who doesn't know me, has never been on one of my videos, and absolutely is not subscribed to my channel. But the threat that they're unsubscribing was supposed to make me go, "Ooh, I'm sorry. Will you stay and read some more of my videos and listen to them?" I chose not to be nice to them. Oh, you know what? Apparently they reported my comment to YouTube and YouTube deleted it. But since I'm used to my comments getting deleted, because I say whatever I want on my YouTube, I screenshotted it because I figured YouTube would pull my comment down. Let me share what the comment was. Gosh, I can't believe it got booted down. Okay. Again, to repeat, and I'll try to say this in the misgendered voice that I think the person probably was writing it. "Wow, you're hateful and transphobic. Unsubscribed." And I commented back to them, "I do hate killers, and I do hate trans killers. Go F yourself, slave. I never asked for your subscription. Get off my YouTube channel and don't come back, you baby killing sympathizer." Apparently, that was against YouTube standards, and I guess I'm going to get in trouble over that because they have since deleted my comment. Now, the gender pretender who posted the pinned comment, their comment is still there, and all 435 comments is still on there as well. But again, mine is now missing. I may go comment again, the same exact thing, and just put it up there. But who knows? I enjoy trolls. I'm not saying that for trolls to think that I don't want you coming on here. I'm not trying to be, giving you some kind of a message to trolls to where now they think, oh, well, he's acting like he likes us on there, so we're not going to go. No, I really do like you guys on my feed. That gives me something to do. I usually check my comments for a good while in the evenings after I upload a video. And of course, I wake up and do that. I'll spend an hour answering, liking, commenting with you guys. And I absolutely love troll comments. And I do not delete them unless they are violently racist or they threaten my family. Then I will delete those. And I'll report them too. But as far as anybody else just saying something stupid and just doesn't agree with me, I will absolutely feed the troll. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to stay here. Anus, let's just call you Anus. Anus, you don't have to stay here. He says, can't we just get some news about what's going on instead of hearing about your comment battles? Yeah, if you're staying here, you're going to hear whatever I've got to say. It's my channel. If you don't like it, get the F out of here. Nobody's making you be here, boy. Yes, in the meantime, for those of you that aren't dickheads, I am trying to find any other stuff. They're not updating anything yet. They have not said a word about who they actually have. Again, we showed the video earlier, and it showed the guy that they were picking up who was not complying with their lockdown. And clearly, he was not the guy. So let's see, guys. I'm trying to find something. I'm not just looking at what you're looking at. I'm digging behind the channel. And guys, it's the craziest thing. I mean, if they pulled the lockdown, then why did they pull the lockdown? Here we go. Let's see. Joint Base Andrews lockdown lifted. All right. Here's the first report I've seen of it being lifted. So let's see what they've got here. Let me swap these screens so you guys can see what I'm looking at. Pull it up first. Show screen. Joint Base lifted. All right. Here we go. And it won't let me. There we go. A little bit I can zoom in. All right. A lockdown was lifted at Joint Base Andrews in Prince George's County after reports of an armed individual on base Thursday. According to JBA's Facebook page, the armed individual was spotted around 2:30 p.m. near the base's housing area. This would have been about an hour ago. Around 4:20, the base's Twitter posted an update saying there was no active shooter on the base, adding that no shots had been fired. They confirmed around 5:15. I guess that's supposed to say they. They confirmed around 5:15 that the lockdown had been partially lifted. Officials say it will be fully lifted at 6 p.m. So I wonder what that means. Authorities say no suspect was taken into custody in connection with the incident. They say everyone leaving the base will be searched prior to their release. So I guess it was some guy walking around with his AR-15, no real threat to anybody. As you guys probably already know, on all U.S. military bases, it's the stupidest thing in the world. Since the Clinton administration, there are no firearms allowed unless you're military police or on the range shooting. No one else can have any kind of firearms. I think you can possess private firearms, but you guys know the rules. You're not walking around with an AR-15 on a military base. And like I said earlier, it's possible that was an M4. Since we are on a military base, don't know that either. Just telling you that is a possibility. So this is all that I know at this point. So not a lot of news. Let's see. Mike just has another. Mike's been really on the ball with these updates. Has directed limited release from lockdown. There was no suspect found as described in the initial call to alert security forces. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Where is this at? I just saw. Yeah, Wuhan of Chirac. Attorney General Merrick Garland just said they don't know the motive for the Nashville attack. They have the manifesto. Dude, if they don't know the motive for the attack, you know what this tells me? If they are going to suppress this, I understand the White House and Democrats in general they love them some trans people. But this almost makes me think that Barack Obama is way more involved in what happens at the White House and the decisions being made than what many of us probably originally thought. We know he's involved, but how involved is he? If they're able to suppress this, I would be willing to bet that Barack Obama is way more involved than we ever dreamed he is in the decisions that are being made from the White House. We know it's not Joe Biden. Nobody thinks Joe Biden is calling any shots. Nobody believes that. Nobody believes that. We all know that, right? So it's got to be, there's been speculation over the years that it was Susan Rice. It looks like it might not be Susan Rice, because this, if they're suppressing this gender pretender murder in Nashville, that's got Barack Obama written all over it. Guys, y'all know Barack Obama was gay, right? Not that there's anything wrong with that. Barack Obama can do whatever he wants with the boys, but he's clearly gay. And this is his cup of tea right here. So definitely we know that. Armed Hoosier says, will you be attending Primary Arms event at Camp Atterbury, Indiana? So I'd love to meet you. I'm a huge fan of your channel. Man, Armed Hoosier, I would love to, but I can't for a couple of reasons. One, Primary Arms' event used to be down here near where I'm at. I'm in Louisiana, and they've had their, I think Primary Arms is in Texas, and they've had their last one or two in the Houston area, and I can easily just pop over and do that. Again, I have a special needs child here, so I'm not always able to leave because it dumps all the stuff on my wife for doing that. So I try not to do that. But now that it's up in Indiana, I know I can't go up there. I just got back from a trip in South Carolina last week with Palmetto State and a bunch of other companies out there, Gun Owners of America. And next month, I'll tell you what, next month I will be in Indiana. I think it's around the same time, isn't it? I just can't go for the Primary Arms thing. I believe the Primary Arms thing is a couple of days or a day before the NRA show. I will be at the NRA show. I will more than likely be at the Rock Island Armory booth signing copies of my book. Those of you that don't know, I did write a book on mass shooters, and I will be at the Rock Island Armory booth, Armscore booth, signing copies of my book there, and meeting people, giving out cool stuff. I've got gazillions of stickers and patches and really cool stuff to give away. So that's what I intend to be doing. Smash Time, what's up, man? Mike's in the room. Let's see. Smash Time asked when I'm going to be doing some content with Smash Time. I don't know, Mike. I guess we need to get together and talk about that offline and figure something out, because I'm slammed right now. But I've been jonesing to get out there to the range. So I'm still trying to see. Let me go back and see if there's any other information. That's weird that they've partially lifted the lockdown. It doesn't make sense to me that why do you partially lift a lockdown? Do you feel like probably what it is they know there's no real threat, but they want to catch the guy who was seen with the gun just to reprimand him or whatever they're going to do to him? That's more than likely what their intent is. New York Post. Here we go. This is nope. That's all one. Where was this other one I just saw? WBAL. That's 18 minutes ago. So that may be. Yeah, here we go. Joint Base Andrews begins to release from lockdown amid investigation into armed person. Is there anything at all in this? Let me see if you guys can read this with me. There we go. All right. See if you guys can follow along with this. Lock. Come on, man. I don't want your free mail. What just happened? All right. Joint Base Andrews was on lockdown Thursday afternoon amid an investigation into an armed person seen near base housing. The base posted its Facebook page shortly after 3 p.m. that people should stay away from base housing and initiate lockdown procedures. The base reported that officials are searching for a white man last seen wearing a purple sweatshirt and black shorts. He was carrying an AR-15. Staff Sergeant Jared Duhan, a spokesman for the base, told the Associated Press that no shots were fired and there was no immediate report of any injuries. 5:25 p.m., the base posted its Facebook page that leadership directed a limited release from the lockdown. Again, guys, I don't know what that means. Maybe you guys in the military do. There was no suspect found, as described in the initial call to alert security forces. Security forces swept the base and will continue to go door to door at base housing. They're looking for the guy. They're pissed. They're pissed because this shut the base down. Out of an abundance of caution and increased presence of security forces will remain at the base. 5 p.m., people who have children at the Imagine Andrews School CDC Youth Center and patients were released to pick up their children. People on the east side of the base were released at 5:30. At 6 p.m., the lockdown will be lifted and all personnel will be released to depart the base. So they don't know anything. They don't know who did what, why, how, anything. They just know somebody was on base with apparently an AR-15. Yeah. This has the smell of a distraction written all over it. So this makes me wonder, what else? What's going on right now? You know what I should do? Let me do this. Let me find out if there's any breaking news that has just happened. Because that is usually what happens whenever we get these little distractions like this. I will say this, and I'm going to put videos out on this here in a little bit. Where is one of them? I'll go into a little bit more detail, but the Firearms Policy Coalition lawsuit against the ATF and the federal government on the stabilizing brace has been struck down. The non-GOA, Non-Gun Owners of America lawsuit, in other words, not the one that GOA is promoting and pushing and filing against the government, against the Biden pistol ban, was just denied an injunction. This will kind of enrage you, and I'll go into, again, greater detail on the video that I'll upload here shortly. Plaintiff's first argument, this is from the judge. Plaintiff's first argument fails for the simple reason that the final rule does not ban stabilizing braces nor firearms equipped with them. It does require regulated individuals and entities to comply with the NFA's statutory requirements. In other words, by registering the weapons with ATF or permanently detaching the brace from the pistol. But banning and regulating a firearm are not always one and the same. Nor does the Second Amendment bar the imposition of traditional registration and licensing requirements commonly associated with firearm ownership. That's not true. This is a judge who doesn't know the law. Now, this is a George W. Bush appointed judge. And again, I'm going to read this statement one more time. You guys tell me if you agree with this or not. He's saying that the Second Amendment does not bar the imposition of traditional registration and licensing requirements commonly associated with firearm ownership. That is not true. Okay. He's saying that it doesn't bar the imposition of traditional registration, but the Second Amendment doesn't allow for any registration. It doesn't call for registration or bar any registration. It doesn't mention registration. Registration is not mentioned anywhere in the Second Amendment, and it's not required to bear arms. It says shall not be infringed, not shall regulate. Well, this judge is wrong, and he's supposed to be using Bruin to make this decision. Again, I'll put a video out on this shortly, but I can tell you this much. I'm not knocking the Firearms Policy Coalition lawsuit. This is not my intent right here. All of these gun rights organizations need to do the same thing and sue the federal government and the ATF. But I have a feeling, based on what I've seen, that the GOA, the Gun Owners of America lawsuit against the ATF, has a lot more meat to it and probably is a little bit more complicated for the ATF to wiggle their way out of with some wormy judge like this. So I'm hopeful that this might have gotten struck down. Don't lose any steam from this and think that they'll all get struck down because of this, because these are not identical lawsuits. So I have a feeling that this one might have had some holes in it. And sometimes it's good for somebody like this to take fire so that the next lawsuit can be a little bit more prepared to fill those gaps and to do a better job. Again, not knocking the FPC lawsuit. It's just that now that it's out of the way, we see what was wrong with it or where there were some weaknesses in it. And the Gun Owners of America lawsuit can actually help that. That's hopefully what's going to happen now. The GOA lawsuit should be a lot more powerful and get somebody else's attention. I'm not sure where it's filed. Oh, it's in the was that the Northern District of Texas, maybe? But anyway, I guess that matters too, obviously, which judge you're dealing with. But yeah, this is a George W. Bush appointed judge. Not that any of these guys are worth anything. I don't know why we put anything into those guys. So yeah, just to be clear, and I don't know how to put it in here other than just taking the, let's see. I can put this headline up so people know. Joint Base Andrews begins to release from lockdown amid investigation into the armed person. Yeah, that's for anybody else coming on here. The lockdown has been partially lifted, and in about an hour, no, actually in about 7 minutes, it will be completely lifted. I don't know what a partial lifting means. I don't know if maybe that means they have not completed canvassing a particular area on the base, because they're obviously still looking for this person. They don't consider this person a threat. They likely consider him just a guy that's walking around with his AR-15. They have not. There's been no shots fired. Nobody has been threatened. Nobody has been hurt. In fact, there's been no chase or anything like that. This is just essentially a person who was allegedly walking with an AR-15, and they're pissed off about it because they shut the entire base down. And this person has more than likely gone back to his base or gotten his vehicle and left the base. And what they're doing right now is they're searching all the cars leaving the base to see if anybody fits the description of this person. And you can bet they're combing the contents of all these cars to see if there is, in fact, an AR-15 in any of these vehicles so that they can nail this person for having the whole base get shut down. So right now they're aggravated, they're retaliating, they're ticked off, and probably a little bit embarrassed. Probably some guys thought that they were going to have some FaceTime. A lot of these liberals really like shooting. So some of them were probably like, oh my God, give me some Visine. Let me put it in my eyes. I got to fake some tears. So probably a missed opportunity for some of the anti-gun wackos out there to not be able to prance around in front of the camera and whine and complain a little bit and act like they care. Meanwhile, while they're counting the bodies behind them so that they can fundraise a little bit on them. But it does look like this is really a nothing burger. And now somebody's probably going to get in a whole lot of trouble for initiating this lockdown on such a high-profile base, well-used base, very important base. And, it's kind of a big deal. I mean, this is our military. We don't want our resources to be locked down or rediverted or something like that in a situation where I feel like our country is so vulnerable right now because of our weak leadership. So you never want to see this. I mean, it's embarrassing for the people on the outside looking in when you see something like this. You've got your Chinas and Russias. You can best believe they're not watching my live stream, but you can best believe they're watching what's happening here on one of our military bases. Would not shock me one bit if they see how easy it is to shut down one of our bases. You just get some guy to walk around with an AR-15 and you can shut the entire base down. How awesome is that, right? So yeah, in cases like this is embarrassing to me that we see this kind of stuff. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to get out of here. Thank you for everybody that's been in here. Thank you for everybody that contributed to the channel. What I'm probably going to do here in a little while, because I want to take a lot of your questions, I'm going to do a live stream before the premiere of my next video, so we can talk a little bit about some of the like the Nashville trans shooter. I want to get your thoughts on that. There's been a lot of you guys have been responding and talking about what's happening or what happened in Nashville and what we're seeing happening now with the gender pretender people going out there trying to lash out. Again, they have for those of you in the Virginia area, Maryland area, they're having their day of vengeance where they're supposedly going to march on the Supreme Court. Let's see how the Capitol Police respond whenever raving liberals go down there who have guns. We know what they would do to conservatives with firearms down there. Let's see how they deal with their own people whenever they go down there. This should be interesting. How are the Democrats going to respond to that? Will the Democrats ask for these people to get locked up? Because if there's one thing that politicians hate, it's when people are protesting on their ground. They love when you protest and burn crap down all over the country, as long as it's not near them. But when you get too close to them, they don't like it because they feel like they're better than us. And they feel like they're in a situation where they shouldn't have to deal with these little paupers and pawns like us. Oh, those are the little people. They feel like they're well above that. And when you get too close to them, they get reminded how real they are, how real of people they are, and how small they are, because they put themselves up on such high pedestals. And when you remind them that, no, grandma and grandpa, you put your pants on exactly like I do, one leg at a time, sometimes two if you're getting froggy, but you do all these things like me. You sit on a toilet and take a dump just like everybody else. You ain't no different. You ain't no better. And this reminds them that they're regular people, and they need to be reminded of that every now and then. I'm not talking about violence. I'm talking about you need to get close to these people every now and then and let them hear you. And now that they're going to have their people there complaining, the people that they promote and pretend are going to be yelling at them. I'm curious how they take that. This should be really, really good, because I don't see that there's going to be much opposition protest from good people out there. So it's probably just going to be 4 or 5 people with pink and blue hair. You know, they better put some portalets out there that you can stand up in, because most of these are boys who think they're girls. So make sure you got urinals out there. Even though they're women, they need a urinal. So this should be interesting what they have coming. If you want to know what I'm talking about, for the most part, go check out my last video on YouTube. It's gotten a lot of traction. Again, I think there's a few of the trans community that's probably gotten a hold of it, because there's a few negative, but it's mostly positive comments. I mean, right now it's sitting at 155,000 views, and I put it out just, I think, yesterday around this time. So obviously it's gotten some people's attention, but it's just speaking what's on my mind and calling things what they are. You know, it looks like I told somebody yesterday in the comment section, I think we all think these exact same things. It's just that so many people have been bullied into not speaking the truth anymore, because the mainstream marching people have bullied so many people into not saying what's on their mind, even though it's true, that now everybody is just quiet. I mean, let's face it, that's how Trump got elected. Nobody said openly that they were, or I shouldn't say nobody. A lot of people wouldn't say openly that they were voting for the man, but they quietly did, because they knew that people would chastise him, call him a racist, call him a misogynist, all that kind of stuff, if they openly said and answered these polling questions that, yeah, I'm voting for him. Same thing with this. Most people think exactly what I'm thinking. These people are mentally unstable, but you can't say it because it's cool to be trans these days. I can say it because I don't care. And I'm not acting like I'm tough or whatever. I don't have a job where I can get in trouble for something like that. So I can speak that truth. I don't have to, worry about getting some blowback from any, shouldn't say blowback when I'm talking about trans people. I don't have to worry about that kind of retaliation from people, because whatever, again, when you retaliate, when these people retaliate against me, it boosts my algorithm. So rock on, retaliate on, trans people. Bring it. I'm okay. You won't get booted out of my comment section. I'm gonna let you roll. Now I'm gonna have some conversations with you, and you're probably gonna get hammered by a whole lot of like-minded people that agree with a lot of stuff that I've got to say. But I'm gonna let you stay in my comments, and we're gonna have fun with you. So again, bring it in here. I appreciate that. Guys, again, I've got to go work on a video. It will probably be one of 2 videos. I'm not going to say which ones they are, because it's a matter of research right now, how much time I have to research these 2 videos. Hopefully I can put that out here shortly. And again, I would like to do a live stream leading up to that premiere. I will say this. I do apologize to you guys for the, I don't know if I can change this, but for the lead up music during the premiere. There's like a minute and a half or 2 minutes of lead up music where the clock counts down and it plays this silly Napoleon Dynamite sounding music in the background, and it's freaking awful. It sounds like one of those little keyboards, Casio keyboards you could get like in the 80s and 90s. That's what it sounds like it's recorded from, with a little drum drum machine kind of playing in the background. It's awful. I don't know if I can control that and change the background music. I'm going to try because I hate it just as much as you guys do. If you've never watched one of my premieres, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Or if you've never watched them, you don't know. But if you have, you know what I'm talking about. It's awful music. So I'm going to try to find some different music. In the meantime, we're going to have to suffer through it at least one more time. Just hopefully I'll premiere that video here shortly. Guys, thank you for checking in on this. This seems like it was a nothing burger with the Joint Base Andrews active shooter. They originally retracted that and said there was no active shooter because no shots had been fired. Again, it does appear that one person was walking around with an AR-15. They have not been able to find that person, but they have decided that person was no legitimate threat. So they have removed, as of 3 minutes ago, the lockdown is completely lifted. And I think they are still going home to home to try to see, or base to base, door to door, whatever, to see if that person is somewhere, because they're mad because the base got shut down. And I think they're allowing everybody to leave the base now, but they are searching every vehicle as those vehicles leave to see if they can find the AR-15 or the person who allegedly was walking around with it. So that's where they're at right now with this. But there is no shots being fired, no active shooter. It looks like pretty much nothing other than a big embarrassment to the base, having somebody running around like this and they can't find them and have not found him yet, and close the entire base down as a result of it. Guys, I will see you all in a little bit. I'm going to leave this up for now so you guys can head on out of here. I don't like kicking people completely out of here because some of you are having conversations in the comment section. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to walk out of here, and you guys are more than welcome to continue your conversation. And I will be back in a little while with another live stream leading up to one of my premieres. Thanks, folks. Hey guys, I'm sure you guys have discussed this already. Let me make sure that I'm right about this. But I'm sure you guys already know. I believe Trump has been indicted. He has. I'm going to close this stream and we'll open another one right back up because it has a different title, obviously. Let's see, guys. Yep. Trump, former president, indicted after Manhattan District Attorney hush money investigation. All right. I'm going to close our stream. Please come back, guys. This is going to be good. I actually grabbed me a beer because this should be interesting. I'm going to shut the doors, close this room out, and give me 30 seconds to retype in the title and everything, and I'll open it back up and we'll have a discussion on this. See you guys in about 1 minute.